Good day and welcome to the channel. In this very short video, we are going to unbox and set up and provide a full review of this monitor, which is the Dell SE2722H. The first thing we're going to do is explain what those numbers mean. So the S means that it's the retail product, so you cannot buy this in the corporate line. And you might think, well, why would I want to do that when I can just get it through retail? Well, because corporations only buy stuff through the corporate line. So if you're trying to get this through, say, the Premier plan, you won't be able to. You have to buy this separately. And the reason why it's a retail product is because it, in theory, doesn't have quite the quality of the high-end corporate products. But I can tell you, I've owned several of these, and this is like all the Dell monitors, it's great. The E stands for Essential, which tells you pretty much that it's got a 3-year warranty. And the H at the end means that it's a 16:9 ratio. So 16 across by 9 down, which is standard. In other words, in this case, it's a full HD. Full HD is 1920 dots across by 1080 dots down. There's nothing interesting particularly on the box, but if you're interested, there you can see it. This is a knockout panel that we'll just slap on the back. Documentation, you don't care about it. Garbage. This is the monitor base. You need the other part right here that you pop in like that, and it just clips in. If you need to take it apart, you just pull that little tab and slide it out. I'm not going to do that, but you get the point. Now this is the very inexpensive model. This unit came in at about $150, and one of the reasons it's so inexpensive is because it's not height adjustable. This is just the basic stand. But you can see it also comes with a good quality HDMI cable. Well, what it actually is HDCP 1.4. HDCP is high definition content protocol, and HDCP 1.4, the reason why you care about that is you could connect this directly to an external device like, say, a DVD player if you were 1,000 years old and that's what you wanted to do, and it can decode the signal, whereas some monitors can't do that. Now, if you're picking up the monitor, make sure that you do not put your fingers on the screen itself or you'll bruise it. So take your monitor, stand, and just slide it in. There, it's in. This has a VESA mount. This is a VESA 100, so it's 100 millimeters. You, like most people, probably don't care about that unless you have an arm that you want to connect on this. We don't, so what we're going to do is just put the knockout panel on it. And the knockout panel has a little tab at the bottom so you know where the bottom is. And you just slap it in and it's done. Let's look at the connectors. One of the other reasons that this is not an expensive monitor is because it doesn't have a lot of inputs. It has 2 inputs. VGA, old school VGA, which you're not going to use almost certainly, but you will use the HDMI. And that again has HDCP 1.4. The only other connector on here is your power connector. Now this is in North America, so it shipped with, cleverly, a North American power plug. Amazing. So this is a 27-inch monitor for about $150 Canadian. So for our American friends, that's about $110 right now because the dollar's in the tank. It's crazy cheap. You can see that this pivots, but it does not swivel. You can't move it back and forth. And it is not height adjustable as we said, so it won't go up and down. One of the other nice things with this monitor, in addition to its 27-inch diagonal size, is that it has AMD FreeSync, and you might ask, what is AMD FreeSync? Well, if you play games or anything with high refresh rates, you might notice that there's something called tearing, which is when you have a display, the video is being fed to the monitor at a rate faster than what the monitor can handle, or the other way around. The monitor can take it faster than the computer can produce it. And so what you see on the screen are tears. You see jagged edges partway down the screen, and what FreeSync does is allow the monitor talks to the computer, and they agree on a synchronization rate, on a frequency. This monitor's maximum frequency is 75 hertz, so 75 times per second this will refresh, which is pretty good, especially for such a cheap monitor, so inexpensive. The control buttons are down here. Push any one of them to bring up the on-screen display. It's called the OSD in the business. And that's where you can change, your colors and your brightness and things like that. So here is the Samsung 2225BW that we're replacing, and just as a physical size difference, look at that. I mean, it's substantial. Now you might remember a moment ago I said that not a lot of people are using VGA anymore. Not because there's anything wrong with it, just because it's just gone out of fashion. And it's analog, which people think isn't as good as digital, which is not the case, but that's what people think. And in this case, my father does have a VGA cable, so I'm not even going to use the HDMI. So I'm just going to screw that down, tip it up. So I'm just going to press the power button on the bottom. We can go through the on-screen display. And you can see it's on VGA in this case by default. I can just clip through this to make any setting change that I want. So I'm just going to right click and go into display settings. This is Windows 10, but it's the same in Windows 11. Down here it says show only on the second monitor. No, I want to extend. I want this on both monitors. And so now it's on both. And you can see how large this is. This is quite substantial. But if I wanted to scale it up, of course, through Windows, I can set it to 125%, which is probably where we'll leave it. And this is just going to be much easier for my father to see and much easier for just general use. It's large without being gaudy and taking up the whole space. You know, if you do want to raise it up because you don't have a base, just put something under it, like, you know, a wad of paper or a book or something. You'll be on your way. Hey, if you found this video useful, please give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. Helps with the Google algorithms. Also, subscribe's always appreciated. If you want to get a hold of us, you can do that at www.urtech.ca, or you can always get a hold of us by putting a comment down below. And if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because it's YouTube and somebody always has an opinion. That's that. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.